Hi, I'm Dr. Rahul Bharad. I welcome you all to my series What Life Has Taught Me Yesterday. Today when I'm recording this video is 22nd of June 2023. I'll be talking what 21st of June has taught me in life. As you all know, yesterday was International Yoga Day. So the most important lesson we all as humanity can get from yesterday's Yoga Day is that International Yoga Day is that we all should practice seriously whatever yoga practices we need to follow, and if we follow good yoga practices regularly, that is such a good idea to keep ourselves healthy, keep ourselves motivated and energetic throughout the daily routine life we have. So that was it about yesterday's International Yoga Day. Most important lesson also I got yesterday about a news. It's about the planet. As we are speaking about the International Yoga Day and making people healthier, there is a significant thing which is happening across the globe which is making us ill and which might cause serious damages to us in future. That thing is CO2, carbon dioxide. You all know carbon dioxide is one of the most important greenhouse gas. It is one of the most important polluting agent amongst so many other polluting agents in air pollution. Now recent data has come. It shows how CO2 emission levels were there in the year 2021. This study was done by NASA and they have given some models based on which it can be seen that earth is just like being surrounded by full gases, a cover of gases which was CO2, and earth is just literally looking like Jupiter, that is a planet made up of gases. So that's a stunning and very heartbreaking image of earth you can ever imagine in this model. I'll be sharing link in the description box about that image and about the study which NASA has done. But the most important lesson I got from studying that article and that news is that CO2 is a real threat for humanity. Currently also, it was there in the past also, but in future the real threat might cause significant damage to all of us. CO2 emission is one of the most important headache for all of us because CO2 is an invisible gas. You cannot detect by naked eye how much CO2 is present at a particular area. CO2 is very commonly emitted by burning of biofuels, then biogas, etc. Coal, oil burning also causes significant amount of CO2 emissions. Now, as humanity is progressing more and more, now transportation is happening more and more. People are traveling more frequently with air travel. Air travel is also one of the most important agent or cause of air pollution with CO2. So transportation, burning of all the biofuels, biomass, etc. is one of the most important reason to cause CO2 emission. There is a model which is given by NASA. In that model they have seen that how over the years CO2 emissions have increased, and in 2021 how the earth was literally covered with CO2 emissions. Now I went to in detail about the CO2 emissions on NASA's website. Currently the earth is having CO2 concentration of 421 ppm, that is parts per million. 421 parts per million is very huge as compared to around 350 or 200 parts per million or 250 parts per million in 1750s. So in last almost 200 years CO2 concentrations have increased by 50%, that is almost 50% increase over the last 200 years has led to significant and the all-time high levels of CO2 emissions. This study was done to monitor CO2 levels based on various researches, and they also predicted what were the CO2 levels in the air even in ice era. So these levels are significantly higher as compared to those eras also. If you see that graph, you will be shocked to know how CO2 levels have risen significantly over the last 200 years and what is the future of humanity if we continue to do these kind of damages over the globe. So that's very heartening, and that's very important news and lesson I got from yesterday, is that CO2 emission is a real climate threat for all of us. We all should take care of that. Now I went through the solutions also, not just discussing what is the problem and what we are going to face. I went through some of the easier solutions also for CO2 emission problems. I came across few very simple solutions. One of them is try to go for renewable energy resources whenever possible. Now EV, that is electric vehicle thing is coming up. I am not saying we all are 100% ready for using all the electric vehicles currently, but try to keep a mind that we all should prefer EVs over petrol car and diesel cars in future. Try to use, that's a very simple solution, try to use public transportation. That will significantly reduce CO2 emission. We as a humanity, we have to do something to reduce this CO2 emission. We cannot just sit and continue our daily routine as earlier and just hope people and government to do something. Try to use public transport. That's a very simple thing we can use. Try to reduce red meat consumption in your food, because 1 gram of red meat almost gives rise to 220 gram of CO2. That's very significant. Whenever possible, go for a vegetarian diet. I know it feels very odd and it feels very difficult to understand how red meat consumption can lead to CO2 emission, but it is proven that the more red meat is consumed across the globe, more CO2 emission will be there, and CO2 emission will definitely lead to significant adverse climate change in the future. One more thing we can do is that reduce air transportation. Air transportation, that is the traveling by flight, etc., is one of the most important source of CO2 emission. So we can reduce whenever possible. We all know that it is very time saving mode of transport, but air transport has a significant value as far as causes of air CO2 emission is concerned. So do that. Prefer public transport, go for renewable energy as much as possible. These are some of the common solutions we can use. If nothing can be possible amongst all these, at least one thing we can do, which is very simple, and I hope everyone who is watching this video can do, is that whenever you are at the signal, please switch off your bike, please switch off your car, so that if at least 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever time you are spending at that time at signal, will have less CO2 emission during that time. And if 100 people switch off their vehicles for 1 minute, it will be 100 minutes less of pollution at one signal. Imagine what will happen if thousands and lakhs of signals across the country start doing this. So do this. If nothing is possible for you, at least I feel this is definitely doable, and we all should try to switch off our cars, switch off our bikes at the signal, so as to reduce CO2 emission from our side. Try to reduce use of biofuels, etc. So that these are very simple things we can do and give a greener planet to our future generation, cleaner air to ourselves and future generation, cleaner water, plant more trees. That's very simple thing we also can do. So switching off vehicles and cars at the signal and planting more tree, these are one of the simplest thing we can do about this CO2 emission threat, which might cause adverse effects to our children. So that was it, most important lesson I got, and I'll be sharing link in the description box in that description box about these two events and these two news. So that was most important news also I came across yesterday. One of the most important trending news I came across yesterday is very encouraging, is about Jawahar Nehru Vidyalay, that is JNV. This is one of the most important aspect of school education for many children across the country, especially from villages, where students are selected based on a very strict entrance exam, and they are given co-education, that is full 100% residential facilities provided to them, and very good high class education, CBSE standard education is given to them from 6th standard to 12th standard. Now first 3 years, as far as I know, first 3 years are free for students, and after that they have to pay very minimal fees for their further education. So all those studious people across the country from villages, they all, most of them know, but if you don't know, go to the website navodaya.gov.in, and if you feel that you want to attend or enter into this study, Navodaya group of studies by central government, you can go for entrance exam. The news which came yesterday is about yesterday results came, which was the exam conducted in the April 2023. So merit list has come for those students. You just have to put your date of birth and roll number, etc., to get your results, and wherever you are appointed, you have to go for that admission process. So I have met many people. I had many friends who have studied in the Navodaya. I know their standards are very good. People from Navodaya, they learn to stay in the hostel, or they learn about hostel life very early. That is 6th standard is a very tender age, around 12-13 years students are. So they develop good personality, and they have a good education level there also. So if you are from Navodaya Vidyalaya in the past, or if you have someone who want to enter into the Navodaya, please go to the description box about that link and read more about that entrance exam and how it is conducted. I hope you people also agree to me the sentence that Navodaya is one of the finest education system by central government, that is a department of Ministry of Education, and it will help in future also to create more and more ambitious and good students and good career people from our country. So please go to the description box, read about it. The website for that is navodaya.gov.in. I heard it is extremely good education level which they provide. If you like, do share this video with the people you want to share, so that they also get motivated early in the school age to enter in such a fantastic education system. For today, we'll stop here. Bye bye.